Before time and space came into being, there existed a profound void known as chaos, a vast and amorphous expanse that encompassed all potentialities. In this primordial state there was no light, no form, only the silent and unyielding fabric of nothingness. Chaos was not merely an absence of order, it was an intricate tapestry of potential waiting to be spun into existence. Within these swirling depths lay the possibility for all that could ever be created, from the smallest particles of matter to the grandest celestial bodies. This cosmic womb served as the foundation from which everything would arise, giving life to a universe that would eventually be teeming with vibrancy and variety. Inherent within chaos were multiple forces, initially undifferentiated but destined to manifest as distinct entities. Among these forces was Night, Nyx, who brought forth the serenity of darkness, and Erebus, the embodiment of shadow. They both played vital roles in shaping the universe, governing the balance between light and dark, order and disorder. As the universe began to unfold, these forces coalesced and separated, giving birth to powerful deities and celestial phenomena. The emergence of these entities marked the transition from nothingness to somethingness, setting the stage for the magnificent unfolding of creation that was soon to come. From this complex interplay of energies emerged the first elemental forces, the building blocks of creation: earth, air, fire, and water. These elements would not only shape the physical universe, but would also serve as metaphors for the contrasting qualities of existence. From the solid stability of earth to the volatile unpredictability of fire. The primal union of these elements allowed for the formation of matter as we understand it, instilling the universe with diversity and complexity. Each element, vibrant with its own distinct characteristics, would eventually contribute to the fabric of life, setting the stage for the emergence of beings who would tread upon the very earth forged from these primordial forces. Thus, within the chaos emerged a latent potential eager to manifest. Envision the swirling energies coalescing, forming the foundations of order from disorder. As the potential of chaos began to awaken, it became a catalyst for creation. The seemingly endless void began to manifest delightful irregularities, tiny sparks of light, vibrations of energy, gravitational pulls, all intertwining to create a dynamic framework for life. With each pulsation of energy, chaos began to yield to the forces of creation, giving rise to the first entities that would navigate this intricate new universe and take their places within the cosmic hierarchy. Out of the primordial void, from the very heart of chaos, emerged Gaia, the earth, who represented not just land but also nurturing, life, and stability. Gaia was the fertile soil from which all beings would spring forth, a manifestation of motherly love and care. As she emerged, the essence of life infused her being. She laid the lush landscapes of forests, mountains, and rivers, setting the stage for the myriad forms of life that would come to inhabit her. In many ways, Gaia can be seen as the first goddess to embody the essence of nature, the heartbeat of life that resonates through every living organism. To complement Gaia and provide the necessary balance to her earthly existence, Uranus, the sky, was born. He soared above her, enveloping her in an embrace that connected the earth to the heavens. Their union was immediate and natural, forming an inseparable bond that would yield an abundance of life. Together they represented a duality of existence, the tranquil earth grounded by a dynamic sky. Their celestial coupling produced the Titans, a powerful lineage of deities who would govern the cosmos and personify elemental forces. Among them were Oceanus, who ruled over the seas, and Hyperion, the Titan of light, each embodying critical aspects of the natural world. The Titans, revered as the progenitors of many important deities, embodied not only elemental powers but also various human experiences and emotions. They were complex beings, capable of kindness and cruelty, often reflecting the dual nature of existence itself. Cronus, the youngest Titan, stood out as a figure of immense power and ambition, destined to fulfill a significant prophecy. Rhea, his sister and partner, personified motherhood and fertility, and together they formed a formidable lineage. The Titans created rivers, mountains, and all life forms, tirelessly shaping the world around them. Yet, with their immense power came a growing tension and conflict, an inevitable struggle for supremacy that foreshadowed the trials to come. The relationship between Gaia and Uranus was one of profound complexity. Although they birthed many children, Uranus's fear of their growing power led him to confine them deep within Gaia, isolating them from the world. In this act of suppression, Uranus inadvertently sowed the seeds of rebellion and discord. Gaia, feeling betrayed and angered by Uranus's actions, realized that their legacy was becoming tainted by fear and tyranny. Striking a balance between creation and desolation, uncertainty grew in Gaia's heart as she pondered the evolving nature of her offspring. This tumultuous interplay between creation and destruction served as a poignant reminder of the delicate balance within the cosmos and the sacrifices often required for true evolution. Gaia, fueled by both rage and desperation, gave birth to a great sickle, a weapon symbolizing revolution, empowerment, and liberation. She sought out her youngest son, Cronus, imbuing him with purpose and resolve. Cronus, representing an amalgamation of strength and ambition, stood eager to defy his father and correct the cosmic imbalance created by Uranus's tyranny. With powerful words and a great sense of destiny guiding him, Cronus was prepared to rise against the oppressive reign of Uranus, a confrontation that would carve the future of the universe and reshape the fabric of existence itself. When the moment of confrontation arrived, it was a cataclysmic clash of titans. Cronus approached his father with the sickle in hand, ready to strike, a symbol of his strength and defiance. The battle was fierce and tumultuous, reverberating through the cosmos and causing disturbances throughout the universe. Cronus embodied the power of time and destiny, wielding the sickle with determination. In a moment that would echo through the annals of history, he struck Uranus, severing him from Gaia, effectively liberating his siblings. With this victory came not only a new beginning for the Titans, but also an end to the oppressive rule of the sky, allowing for the possibility of a new order to emerge from the remnants of chaos. With Uranus overthrown, Cronus ascended to the throne as the new ruler of the cosmos. The oppressive cloud that had loomed over the Titans dissipated, giving way to an era that promised hope and opportunity. Under Cronus's rule, the world flourished as he established domains for each of the Titans, each charged with governance over various aspects of creation. However, the relief was short-lived. The very act of dethroning Uranus foreshadowed the cyclical nature of power and destiny. The interactions among the Titans illustrated the tension between ambition and responsibility, as Cronus soon became consumed by paranoia and fear of losing his newfound power. Cronus's reign appeared prosperous, but the shadows of history loomed large. Haunted by the prophecy that foretold of his descent at the hands of his own offspring, Cronus's grip on power tightened. In his paranoia, he resorted to drastic measures. Whenever Rhea gave birth to a child, he swallowed them whole, believing that by consuming them, he could prevent the prophecy from coming true. This vicious cycle of power, fear, and destruction echoed themes inherent in the natural world, demonstrating the constant push and pull between creation and annihilation, a duality that mirrored the balance of life itself. As the echoes of ancient prophecies blended with the events of the present, the stage was set for further conflict and upheaval. Despite Cronus's actions, fate took a different course when Rhea bore Zeus. Defying the cycle of oppression, Rhea determined to save her youngest child from the fate that had befallen his siblings. In an act of clever deception, she hid Zeus in a cave on the island of Crete, entrusting him to the care of kind-hearted nymphs. Rhea then presented Cronus with a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes, convincing him that it was their newborn. The fate of the cosmos rested on the shoulders of this hidden child, a beacon of hope wrapped in the fabric of deception and secrecy, a testament to the resilience of life even in the face of tyranny. Growing up, Zeus became a symbol of strength and resolve, embodying the spirit of rebellion against tyranny. As he matured, he learned of his true heritage and the fate that awaited him. With allies hidden in the depths of the earth, consisting of his trapped siblings and other divine entities, discontented with the current state of affairs, Zeus began to gather forces to confront Cronus. His determination illuminated the path forward, challenging the established order and igniting the fires of revolution. The prophecy of Cronus's downfall was no longer just a whisper in the winds. It was a resounding call to arms, uniting an array of celestial beings keen on reclaiming their freedom. Thus began the Titanomachy, a cataclysmic war that would determine the fate of the universe. The skies trembled as the Olympian gods and the Titans clashed. a fierce battle that shook the very foundations of existence. Zeus, bolstered by his allies, wielded thunderbolts that lit up the sky, while the Titans, strong and resolute, fought back fiercely. The war raged on for 10 tumultuous years, defined by acts of chaos and destruction, where familial bonds were tested and destinies rewritten. This epic confrontation not only reflected the struggle for supremacy, but also illuminated the complex relationships woven throughout the cosmic fabric of reality. As the battle raged on, it became evident that the tides of fate favoured the younger generation. With the cunning guidance of Gaia and the fierce resolve of Zeus, the Olympians ultimately prevailed. The Titans were defeated, their reign brought to an end, and many were cast into the abyss of Tartarus, a dark and chaotic prison signifying their fall from power. Zeus emerged victorious, having fulfilled the prophecy and initiated a new order in which he, along with his siblings, would preside as the ruling deities of the cosmos. The cosmos was redefined through this conflict, a testament to the cyclical nature of existence and the eternal truth that new generations often rise from the ashes of their predecessors. In conclusion, our journey through the creation of the universe reveals a rich tapestry woven with stories of chaos, power struggles, and the eternal quest for balance. From the primordial void of chaos to the birth of Gaia and Uranus, from the uprising led by Cronus to the prophecy fulfilled by Zeus, each narrative thread intricately illustrates the cyclical nature of creation and destruction. These myths remind us of our own struggles against oppressive forces and the triumphs of new beginnings, reflecting the human experience and the timeless quest for order amidst chaos. Join us again as we unravel the stories of the Olympian gods and their enduring impact on humanity, forever entwined with the mysteries of creation. In the aftermath of the Titanomachy, a monumental conflict between the Olympians and the Titans, the three brothers, Zeus, Poseidon and Hades, found themselves at a crucial moment in history. Having triumphed over the Titans, they gathered to decide the divvying up of the cosmos they had fought so hard to reclaim. Zeus, with his mighty thunderbolt and commanding presence, assertively took control of the heavens, establishing himself as the ruler of Mount Olympus and the king of all gods and mortals. His dominion was characterized not only by strength, but also by a sense of justice, though his reign was often marked with moral ambiguities, as he frequently grappled with the delicate balance between authority and compassion. The skies above became both a symbol of his power and a realm of intrigue, filled with tales of divine intervention in human affairs. Poseidon, the second of the trio, claimed the expansive oceans, wielding his powerful trident with authority. The god of the sea was as tempestuous as the waters he governed. Like the ocean's waves, Poseidon's mood could shift from calm tranquility to violent storms in an instant. More than just a ruler of the aquatic realm, he was a creator, known to fashion horses from the very waves. His rugged and unpredictable nature mirrored the ocean's depths, beautiful yet perilous. Throughout mythology, Poseidon often engaged in rivalry, whether with Zeus over power or with demigods and mortals who dared to challenge his authority. The tales surrounding him emphasized the dual nature of his realm, showcasing both its bountiful gifts and its capacity for destruction, reflecting the intrinsic link between nature and human emotion. Hades, the overlooked third brother, claimed the underworld, often painted in shades of shadow and mystery. Though many viewed Hades as the embodiment of evil, he was more a keeper of balance, governing the realm of the dead with integrity and purpose. He ensured that the souls of the deceased were treated justly, maintaining order in a world often viewed with fear and disdain. Unlike his brothers, who revelled in their powerful domains, Hades preferred solitude and the quiet of his dark kingdom. His character complexities make him one of the most intriguing deities in Greek mythology. The abduction of Persephone, his queen, further illustrates his depth, showcasing themes of love, loss, and the cyclical nature of life and death. Together, these three brothers formed a unique triad, each ruling over distinct realms while embodying the fundamental tensions of power, responsibility, life, and the afterlife. As they established their domains, the brothers' interactions were pivotal in shaping the future of gods and mortals alike. The foundational split of the cosmos reflected not only territorial claims, but an intricate balance of forces ensuring that each aspect of existence, heaven, earth, and the underworld, maintained its integrity. Their relationships often fluctuated between cooperation and conflict, illuminating the complexities of divine governance. Myths detailing their cooperative quests highlight the necessity of unity in facing external threats, while tales of discord emphasize the struggles inherent in power dynamics. Through the division of their sacred realms, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades laid the groundwork for a pantheon rich with adventures, moral lessons, and the enduring belief in the consequences of divine actions. The Olympian goddesses, Hera, Demeter, and Hestia, each occupy significant roles within the intricate tapestry of Greek mythology, showcasing diverse aspects of femininity and womanly power. Hera, the queen of the gods and wife of Zeus, embodies the themes of marriage and fidelity, yet her life is often marked by the tumult of Zeus's numerous infidelities. With a fierce and vengeful spirit, she is determined to protect her honour and the sanctity of marriage, frequently targeting her husband's lovers and their illegitimate offspring. Hera's complex emotions reflect not just jealousy, but a profound sense of betrayal and the struggle for respect in a patriarchal society. She is both a nurturing mother and a wrathful goddess, capturing the dualities of strength and vulnerability inherent in the female experience. Despite her often bitter rivalry with Zeus's paramours, Hera remains a powerful figure, fiercely advocating for women and the sanctity of their unions, which parallels her own tumultuous relationship with the king of the gods. In stark contrast, Demeter serves as the goddess of agriculture, fertility, and the harvest, playing a nurturing role that speaks to the life-giving aspects of nature. The most poignant myth surrounding her is the story of her daughter Persephone's abduction by Hades, which directly leads to the changing seasons in Greek mythology. Demeter's profound grief during Persephone's absence results in the Earth's barrenness, illustrating the inextricable link between motherhood and nature's cycles. Her character emphasizes themes of maternal love, loss, and resilience, reminding mortals of the fragile balance between life and death. Through her commitment to finding her daughter, Demeter showcases the protective instincts of motherhood and the sacrifices made for one's loved ones. This nurturing strength further cements her as a formidable figure within the pantheon, signifying that women can wield power through love and care as much as through authority or vengeance. Hestia, the eldest sister of Zeus, represents the hearth, home, and domestic harmony, embodying qualities of warmth, stability, and selflessness. Often overshadowed by her more prominent siblings, Hestia's role is vital in maintaining order and unity within families and communities. As the goddess of the hearth, she's associated with the sacred flame that represents the heart of every household. By choosing to remain unmarried and prioritizing her duties, Hestia embodies the ideals of devotion and duty, making her a symbol of loyalty. Her quiet strength and gentle demeanour contrast sharply with the fiercer elements of her sisters' characters, offering a more understated yet equally significant representation of feminine power. The role of Hestia illuminates the importance of domestic life and the sense of belonging in ancient Greek society, providing balance to the more assertive qualities of Hera and Demeter. Together, these three goddesses, Hera, Demeter, and Hestia, form a powerful triad in Greek mythology, reflecting the multifaceted nature of femininity. They each depict different roles that women could embody within ancient Greek society, ranging from the authoritative and vengeful to the nurturing and protective. Their divine interactions encapsulate the struggles and triumphs of womanhood, exploring themes of love, loyalty, and the search for identity within the context of family and society. Each goddess, with her unique attributes and stories, emphasizes the importance of balance and collaboration among women, offering insights into the complexities of relationships and the power inherent to the feminine spirit. Hermes and Athena stand as striking figures in the pantheon of Greek gods, each representing distinct attributes that highlight the diverse forms of strength and intelligence revered in mythology. Hermes, the cunning messenger of the gods, is often portrayed as a youthful figure adorned with winged sandals and a cap, embodying agility and wit. His character is marked by a mischievous spirit and a knack for trickery, which renders him one of the most captivating personalities within Greek mythology. From the moment he was born, Hermes exhibited a talent for deception. His first act involved stealing Apollo's cattle while simultaneously crafting the first lyre. In contrast, Athena is celebrated for her sagacity, strategic approach to warfare, and prowess in the arts and crafts. Born fully grown and armoured from the brow of Zeus, she embodies divine wisdom and strength, qualities that set her apart as a unique warrior goddess. Unlike Ares, the god of war who revels in chaos, Athena is a champion of strategic warfare and intelligence, advocating for tactical decision-making over brute force. Her guidance is sought by heroes like Odysseus, who embodies cunning and resourcefulness, reflecting her influence in mortal affairs. Athena's wisdom extends beyond the battlefield. She is also the goddess of crafts, highlighting the importance of skill and artistry in human endeavours. Through her multifaceted role, she symbolises the ideal balance between intellect and action, demonstrating that true power lies not only in physical might, but also in informed decision-making and strategic planning. The dynamic between Hermes and Athena is one of playful contrast and subtle rivalry. Hermes's playful nature and reliance on deception often clash with Athena's values of wisdom and strategy. However, their relationship ultimately reflects a complementary partnership. Hermes's antics may lead to chaos, but Athena's guidance can redirect that energy towards constructive outcomes, emphasizing the importance of balance between cunning and wisdom. Their myths frequently intersect, presenting opportunities for collaboration, such as times when Hermes serves as a messenger for Athena's ideas, or when his quick thinking aids in her endeavours. This interplay represents the broader conceptualization of intelligence, acknowledging that there are many paths to achieving goals, whether through cleverness, wisdom, or a combination of both. Through their distinctive qualities and dynamic interactions, Hermes and Athena enrich the narrative of Greek mythology with their individual strengths and shared endeavours. They embody the theme that intelligence takes many forms, be it the cunning and agility represented by Hermes or the strategic intelligence personified by Athena. Together, they illustrate the varieties of wisdom necessary to navigate life's challenges, imparting valuable lessons about the significance of adaptability, creativity, and collaboration in both divine and mortal quests. Ares and Hephaestus offer a captivating exploration of two contrasting divine figures within Greek mythology, each embodying intriguing aspects of masculinity, creativity, and conflict. Ares, known as the god of war, represents the primal forces of chaos and destruction that often accompany human warfare. Frequently depicted in full armour, wielding weapons, he embraces the visceral nature of battle with fervour. Unlike Athena, who represents the art of strategy and warfare, Ares finds honour and glory in the chaos of combat and the bloodshed it entails. His character is one of complexity. Despite being a formidable warrior, he is often portrayed as reckless and overwhelming, earning the animosity of both gods and mortals by embodying the darker aspects of conflict. Moreover, Ares' tumultuous romantic affair with Aphrodite adds layers to his character, revealing a vulnerability that contrasts his fearsome reputation. This juxtaposition illustrates the internal and external conflicts of humanity, raising profound questions about the nature of war and its inherent consequences. In contrast, Hephaestus, the blacksmith god, embodies labour, craftsmanship, and the transformative power of creativity. Unlike the more glamorous depictions of war, Hephaestus's narratives focus on the grit and determination necessary for creation. Born deformed and cast aside by Hera, Hephaestus rises to prominence through sheer ingenuity and hard work, becoming the master craftsman of the gods. His creations are not only functional but often magical, symbolizing the artistry and skill that can emerge from adversity. Artifacts such as Zeus's thunderbolts, Achilles' armour, and the magnificent shield of Heracles are testaments to Hephaestus's innovative prowess. Through his narrative, Hephaestus shines as an emblem of resilience and productivity, emphasizing that the act of creation is a powerful counterbalance to the destruction wrought by Ares and human conflicts. The contrasting nature of Ares and Hephaestus introduces themes of conflict and collaboration in Greek mythology. Though Ares thrives on chaos and violence, Hephaestus seeks to build and create. Their relationship is significant. As Ares engages in destruction, Hephaestus provides the tools necessary for war. This dynamic illustrates that war, while filled with strife, often necessitates the artistry of craftspeople who design weapons and armour, not unlike the way life and creation can arise from conflict itself. Moreover, the integration of Ares' brutishness and Hephaestus' craftsmanship speaks to a larger narrative within mythology about the duality of human existence, that destruction and creation are eternally intertwined, influencing one another in the tapestry of life. Ultimately, Ares and Hephaestus contribute to a balanced understanding of both conflict and creativity in the human experience. While Ares personifies the unpredictable fury of war, Hephaestus stands as a testament to the strength found in resilience and innovation. Through their narratives, Greek mythology prompts reflection on how we navigate the tensions between creation and destruction, reminding us of the lessons woven into our struggles and triumphs, while encouraging a deeper exploration of how both aspects coexist in our lives. In the annals of ancient mythology, few stories resonate as powerfully as that of the Titans and their eventual downfall, culminating in the epic war known as the Titanomachy. This conflict pitting the Titans, who reigned supreme in the cosmos, against the youthful Olympians, represents a significant turning point in Greek mythology that embodies themes of ambition, betrayal, and the inexorable passage of time. As we delve into this narrative, we will explore the motives and fates of the Titans, the audacity of Prometheus in his defiance of the gods, and the repercussions faced by both Prometheus and Atlas for their insubordination to the ruling Olympians. Through this journey, we will uncover how the intricate intertwining of myths reflects the ancient Greeks' understanding of power dynamics, divine justice, and the struggle for supremacy. The Titans, the primordial deities born from Gaia, Earth, and Uranus, Sky, represent the first generation of divine beings, characterized by immense power and profound connection to the foundations of existence. Among them were Cronus, the ruler of the Titans, and Rhea, his sister and wife. They epitomized the force of nature, carrying the responsibility of creation and the balance of cosmic order. However, as their reign continued, a foreboding prophecy loomed ahead, one that foretold that Cronus would be overthrown by his own child. Fueled by a combination of paranoia and a desire to maintain control, Cronus swallowed each of his children at birth, intending to thwart the prophecy. Yet, Rhea's decision to save their youngest son, Zeus, led to a series of events that precipitated the rise of the Olympians and the subsequent downfall of the Titans. The stage was thus set for an epic clash between the old order epitomized by the Titans and the new reign heralded by the Olympians. As Zeus grew, so too did his resolve to rescue his siblings, allowing them to confront their father's tyranny. With the help of his brothers and sisters, Hestia, Hera, Demeter, Poseidon, and Hades, he orchestrated a rebellion against Cronus. The ensuing Titanomachy was a fierce 10-year war that saw the Titans battling the new generation of gods for control of the universe. The conflict unfolded as battles raged across the earth and the heavens, with powerful alliances being formed on both sides. The Olympians, empowered by the wisdom of Metis and the strength of Gaia, found themselves anointed by the Titans' own miscalculations and their overconfidence. The war ultimately ended with the victory of the Olympians, symbolizing not just a change in leadership but the establishment of a new cosmic order. The Titans were defeated, imprisoned in the depths of Tartarus, their downfall signifying a critical moment in the mythology, where the old ways yielded to a new generation that would bring forth a different kind of divinity. The Titanomachy, a crucial chapter in Greek mythology, encapsulates the epic clash between the Titans and the Olympians, forming the backdrop for the Titans' ultimate downfall. With Cronus leading the Titans, the war was not merely a struggle for power, but a confrontation between the old gods, who embodied the primal forces of nature, and the new gods, who represented a more human divine connection. This myth speaks to the Greek understanding of change, progress, and the inevitable rise and fall of powers throughout time. Themes of rebellion, sacrifice, and destiny dance through the narrative, painting a vivid picture of a world in tumult. Zeus, strategically gathering his allies, sought to overthrow Cronus and the Titans. He freed his siblings from their father's grasp, catalyzing an uprising that galvanized the forces of Olympus. The battles witnessed in Titanomachy were intense and rife with divine intrigue. Not only was it a struggle for dominion, but a reflection of the Titans' inability to adapt to the shift in power dynamics as their once unquestioned reign crumbled. Their arrogance led to missteps, revealing that they were ill-prepared for the fierce determination of the new gods, who were imbued with a sense of justice and purpose, a realization that would dictate their actions for generations to come. As the war raged on, lines of loyalty began to shift. Some Titans, such as Themis and Oceanus, chose neutrality, showcasing the cracks within the Titan alliance. Meanwhile, the Olympians drew power from their collective experience and wisdom, with Zeus unleashing thunderbolts that had never before been wielded. Battles raged across the universe. Earthquakes shook the ground as the sky filled with the cries of the warriors. The Titans, despite their initial might and experience, struggled to counter the innovation and vigour of the Olympic forces. This climaxing moment represents not only a battle between divine beings, but a profound metaphor for the human experience, the struggle against impending change and the acceptance of new power structures. The Titanomachy culminated in a battle that shook the very foundations of the earth, with Zeus and his brothers leading the charge against Cronus and the imprisoned Titans. As the dust settled, it became clear that the Olympians had emerged victorious, a testament to the resilience and tenacity of the new generation. The defeat of the Titans symbolized not only their downfall, but the establishment of a new cosmic order. The former rulers of the universe were cast into the abyss of Tartarus, their reign a mere memory, echoing the cyclical nature of power in mythology and life itself. The old must give way to the new, and in that relinquishment there is often pain, but also the promise of renewal. At the heart of the mythology of the Titans and their downfall lies the figure of Prometheus, a Titan whose actions would reverberate through history and symbolize the eternal tension between divine authority and human ambition. Unlike his fellow Titans, who accepted their fate in the wake of the Titanomachy, Prometheus frequently questioned the status quo, a bearer of foresight and intelligence who sought to elevate humanity above its primordial existence. His audacity led to one of the most defining moments in mythology, the theft of fire from the gods and its gift to mankind. This act of defiance not only sparked the ire of Zeus, but illuminated the themes of creation, rebellion, and the duality of knowledge. Prometheus's gift of fire to humanity represented a pivotal moment in mythological history. In his compassionate desire to empower humankind, he ignited the flame of innovation, bringing warmth, protection, and the means for progress. Fire, a symbol of enlightenment and creativity, served as a transformative force that elevated humanity from savagery to civilization. It symbolizes the potential that lies within humanity, a potential that must be embraced and nurtured. Prometheus's actions were rooted in his belief that humanity deserved the tools to thrive, reflecting the ongoing struggle for knowledge and the consequences of bending the rules set forth by the divine. However, Prometheus's defiance of the gods set the stage for his tragic punishment. In an era where the divine order was re-establishing itself under Zeus's rule, Prometheus's rebellion threatened to unravel the newly forged balance. Enraged by the Titan's audacity, Zeus devised a severe retribution, an eternal punishment that condemned Prometheus to be bound to a rock in the Caucasus Mountains, where an eagle would feast on his liver each day, only for it to regenerate at night. This torment encapsulated the tragic irony of his situation. Prometheus sought to bring enlightenment and progress to humanity, yet his actions led to his own suffering. This tension between the pursuit of knowledge and the consequences of defiance becomes a central theme in the Promethean narrative, illustrating how acts of brilliance often walk the fine line between triumph and tragedy. The tale of Prometheus serves as a cautionary narrative, emphasizing the consequences of overstepping boundaries and the delicate relationship between creator and creation. His punishment also represents the overarching theme of divine retribution, a stark reminder of the power held by the gods. Yet, it is this very defiance that makes Prometheus a figure of admiration, an embodiment of the human spirit that dares to question authority and strive for greatness, even in the face of suffering. His legacy reveals how acts of rebellion resonate through mythology, shaping the perceptions of gods and mortals alike, and provides a timeless reflection on the quest for knowledge and the price of enlightenment. The repercussions of the Titanomachy resonated far beyond the battlefield, shaping the destinies of the Titans who defied the Olympians. In particular, two figures, Prometheus and Atlas, stand out for their opposing roles in the mythology surrounding the Titans' downfall. While Prometheus became a symbol of rebellion and the indomitable spirit of humanity, Atlas's fate serves as a sobering reminder of the consequences of loyalty to the defeated rulers. Both Titans faced severe punishments that illustrated the enduring power of the Olympians and the harshness of divine justice. They embodied the dichotomy of fate in Greek mythology, those who seek to uplift humanity and those who bear the weight of betrayal. Atlas, one of the most notable Titans, bore a distinct but equally heavy burden. As a punishment for his role in the Titanomachy, he was condemned to hold up the heavens for eternity, a representation of his defeat and the consequences of siding with the Titans. This immense weight reflects not only his physical punishment, but symbolises the burdens of leadership, responsibility, and the irony of fate. Once a figure of immense strength, Atlas found himself reduced to a mere pillar of the universe, juxtaposing the Titans' former glory with their present state of despair. His punishment encapsulates the theme of isolation, a solitary figure under the weight of the cosmos, showing that even the most powerful deities can be brought low when the tides of fortune turn. In stark contrast, Prometheus's punishment delves into the complexities of knowledge and the desire to uplift humanity. While both figures experience profound suffering, the root of their punishments lay in their choices. Atlas, for his involvement in the lost cause of the Titans, and Prometheus, for daring to defy the gods. The agony suffered by Prometheus extended beyond physical pain. It was a moral statement on the price of enlightenment. In juxtaposing these two narratives, we see how the consequences of joining the old regime and the ramifications of defiance unfold in unique ways, depicting the multifaceted nature of justice in mythology. These stories reflect the ancient Greeks' understanding of strength and weakness, the struggle between loyalty to prevailing power structures and the desire to uplift humanity in the face of that very power. The punishment of Prometheus and Atlas serves as poignant reminders of the duality of existence in Greek mythology, the struggle for power, the defiance against the divine, and the ultimate acceptance of one's fate. The stories of these titans illustrate that even within divine narratives, there are lessons to be learned from failure and rebellion, a commentary on the nature of authority, responsibility, and the human condition. Through their respective fates, the tales of Prometheus and Atlas invite reflection on the tension between power and justice, ultimately weaving together a rich tapestry of meaning that resonates through the ages. The myth of the Titans and their eventual downfall encapsulates the timeless themes of ambition, betrayal, and the struggle between the old and new orders. The Titanomachy, a monumental conflict, not only led to the rise of the Olympians, but also served as a powerful narrative reflecting the human experience, the pursuit of power, the consequences of rebellion, and the aspiration for a better existence. In the figures of Prometheus and Atlas, we find two contrasting yet deeply intertwined stories of defiance and punishment that speak to the complexities of knowledge, strength, and responsibility. Prometheus's bold act of rebellion remains a testament to humanity's quest for enlightenment, serving both as an inspiration and a cautionary tale. His legacy transcends mere myth, resonating within the hearts of those who yearn for freedom and knowledge in the face of authority. On the other hand, Atlas's eternal burden symbolizes the weight of lost causes, an enduring reminder that the choices made in the face of power can lead to unforeseen consequences. The narratives of these titans weave a profound tapestry that reflects the intricate relationship between mortals and deities, a dynamic that continues to influence stories in contemporary culture. Ultimately, the tale of the Titans is a reflection of life's cyclical nature, a reminder that power structures like the gods themselves rise and fall with time. The Titanomachy exemplifies how the old can be vanquished by the new, yet leaves us with lessons that echo through generations, calling us to examine our own ambitions, choices, and responsibilities. As we contemplate the legacies of Prometheus and Atlas, we are left to ponder the nature of power, the cost of rebellion, and the enduring spirit of those who dare to defy the odds. In the rich and vibrant world of mythology, the story of the Titans serves as an enduring reminder of the complexity of existence and the eternal struggle for control over destiny itself. In ancient Greek mythology, the underworld, ruled by Hades, is often portrayed as a shadowy realm beneath the earth, where souls of the deceased reside. Hades, the god of the underworld, is often mischaracterized solely as a malevolent figure. However, he's more accurately understood as a stoic guardian of the dead. The realm itself is described as a vast and intricate domain with its own topography, complete with palaces, fields, and pathways. Souls journey here after death, ushered across the river Styx by Charon the ferryman. Hades' realm is essential in maintaining the balance between life and death, embodying the inevitability every mortal must face. While Hades offers no second chances, he is not to be viewed as the embodiment of evil, but rather as the overseer of a necessary transition all souls must undergo. Within Hades' realm, the very landscape is steeped in myth and meaning, illustrating the ancient Greeks' understanding of life, death, and the importance of morality. The underworld contains various regions tailored to the soul's deeds while they were alive, from paradisiacal fields of Elysium to the dreary Asphodel meadows and the bleak and terrifying Tartarus. Each area serves a specific function, providing a complex moral framework that governs the afterlife. The topography of the underworld is rich in symbolism. The dark, winding paths reflect the unknown nature of death, while the rivers, such as Styx and Acheron, symbolize the transition from life to the afterlife. In this way, the underworld epitomizes the belief that what one does in life has a direct bearing on their fate after death. Hades' domain is sometimes imagined as a dark and cheerless environment, but there is also an understanding that this realm, while sombre, is a continuation of existence. The dead are not thought to simply cease to exist. Their souls maintain their identities and memories, albeit in a dulled form. Rituals performed by the living, such as offerings and prayers, reflect the belief that maintaining a relationship with the deceased is crucial. Although permanently severed from the living, the souls in the underworld still exhibit desires, regrets, and hopes. The journey through Hades' realm symbolizes the reconciliation between life and death, emphasizing that mortality is an inherent aspect of existence, and that the legacy of one's actions lives on in the afterlife. Despite the gravity of the underworld, the Greek myths surrounding it highlight the significance of living a life of virtue and bravery. The beliefs regarding rewards and punishments extend beyond the grave, with emphasis placed on how one's actions resonate to eternity. Hades embodies the duality of existence, the calm acceptance of death, along with the responsibility each individual has for their choices in life. Life is fleeting, but what is done during that time has lasting consequences, as revealed through the intricate design of the underworld and the experiences within. By understanding Hades and his realm, one can gain insight not only into ancient Greek beliefs, but also into the universal themes of morality, consequence, and the human condition itself. The underworld is distinguished by 5 significant rivers, each flowing with unique properties that serve to define the experience of souls as they navigate the afterlife. The river Styx, perhaps the most iconic of these, embodies the boundary between the living world and the realm of the dead. Its waters are dark and forbidding, representing both the fear of death and the necessary transition required to reach the afterlife. Souls must pay Charon the ferryman to cross this river, a practice rooted in the belief that a proper passage is crucial for one's peace after death. The journey across the Styx is not merely physical. It symbolizes the shedding of one's earthly identity and the acceptance of a new reality. Failure to pay the toll results in wandering the shores for eternity, underscoring the importance of honouring the dead and the rituals perceived by the living. Next is the Acheron, known as the River of Woe, which serves as a thoroughfare for souls burdened by grief and regret. It reflects the sorrows of those who have faced misfortune in life, illustrating the harsh realities of death while emphasizing the emotional weight that some souls carry into the afterlife. This river also acts as a channel where unavenged or tragic souls might linger, creating a haunting atmosphere filled with lamentation. It emphasizes the idea that the afterlife is not simply a continuation of existence, but rather a reflection of one's earthly experiences, which can lead to profound emotional implications for the departed. The Acheron resonates with the human condition, revealing that the journey of the soul is intertwined with the heartache and love left behind. The Lethe, known as the River of Forgetfulness, holds an essential role in the underworld structure. Souls who drink from its waters lose their memories of their past lives, allowing them to be reborn without the burdens of their previous experiences. This river serves as a gentle reminder of the cyclical nature of existence, where death is not the end but rather a transformation into another form of life. In Elysium, the paradise reserved for heroes and virtuous individuals, the Lethe promotes the idea that some souls, free from the weight of their pasts, can find peace and fulfillment in a serene afterlife. Its waters symbolize the notion that forgetting can lead to healing and new beginnings, a theme deeply woven throughout mythological narratives where redemption and second chances are often sought. The rivers Phlegethon and Cocytus add both beauty and terror to the geography of the underworld. Phlegethon, also known as the River of Fire, flows through a desolate region of Tartarus, where souls who have transgressed against divine will face their punishments. The fiery waters serve as a symbol of purification and suffering, reinforcing the concept that actions have consequences that cannot be escaped. Conversely, Cocytus, the river of lamentation, is a boundary of sorrow, where souls who lived in mourning or despair endure eternal weeping, their wails echoing through the underworld. These rivers clarify the distinctions between different realms of existence, illustrating that the fate of a soul hinges upon their deeds and virtues carried from the world of the living. Collectively, these 5 rivers emphasize the multifaceted nature of Greek beliefs surrounding mortality. Each soul's journey is tied to their legacy and the emotional resonances that accompany them into the afterlife. Upon arrival in the underworld, the departed souls face the pivotal process of judgment, which determines their ultimate fate according to their earthly lives. The 3 judges of the underworld, Rhadamanthus, Minos and Aeacus, play pivotal roles in assessing the moral character and actions of each soul, establishing a hierarchy within the afterlife itself. Rhadamanthus, known for his wisdom, evaluates the deeds of the dead impartially, while Minos, wielding a scepter, represents authority in determining a soul's final resting place. Aeacus, on the other hand, acts as an arbiter of the just, ensuring that all deserving souls find their designated realms. This judicial triad emphasizes a fair system that holds every individual accountable for their moral conduct and the implications of their choices, revealing the serious scrutiny of one's life deeds as infinitely significant even in death. After passing through judgment, souls are dispatched to various regions of the underworld based on their actions during life. The virtuous and the heroic are received in Elysium, a paradisiacal realm characterized by beauty, joy, and eternal rest. Here, souls engage in blissful activities, devoid of suffering, accumulating a sense of fulfillment that honors their righteous deeds. The landscape of Elysium is lush and vibrant, representing an ideal afterlife where individuals can thrive in peace as a reward for their virtuous lives. Elysium not only embodies the ultimate reward in the afterlife, but also conveys the cultural significance Greeks placed on ideas of heroism, honour, and ethical living, reinforcing that noble lives are eternally celebrated. Conversely, souls condemned for their crimes and injustices are banished to Tartarus, a dark abyss of punishment and suffering. It serves as a nightmarish prison where the hopelessly damned face eternal torment, reflecting the ancient Greeks' belief in the repercussions of transgressions against the divine order. Tartarus is depicted as a realm of unimaginable suffering where individuals are subjected to chilling forms of punishment, tailored specifically to their crimes. This stark contrast to Elysium emphasizes a belief in a strict moral code, reinforcing the notion that every action has a backlash. The imagery of Tartarus serves as a cautionary tale, reminding both the living and the deceased of the vital importance of moral responsibility and ethical behaviour throughout one's life. For those whose lives were marked by neither heroism nor severe misdeeds, the realm of Asphodel Meadows serves as a destination, a middle ground where the souls exist in a state of indifference. Asphodel is portrayed as a meadow of flowers, yet it lacks the vibrancy of Elysium or the torment of Tartarus. It reflects a life lived without notable virtue or vice, where souls wander in a bland afterlife characterized by quiet contemplation rather than celebration or punishment. This region emphasizes that existence in the afterlife mirrors one's earthly actions, showcasing the consequences of sins of omission. Through Asphodel Meadows, the Greeks acknowledged a spectrum of moral outcomes. In summary, the complex cosmology of the Greek underworld offers profound insights into ancient beliefs regarding morality, consequence, and the afterlife. The intricate system governing the souls reflects the values held by society, illustrating how one's actions in life mould their fate in death. Hades, as the custodian of the underworld, effectively embodies the natural laws of existence and the inevitability of mortality, presenting a rich landscape that allows for a deep reflection on human life, ethics, and the uncertain journey each soul must undertake. Rather than merely serving as an ominous realm of despair, the underworld encompasses themes of redemption, memory, and the hope for eternal peace, ensuring that both life and death are intertwined in the grand narrative of existence. Across cultures and civilizations, mythological heroes have captivated our imaginations, embodying the courage, strength, and moral dilemmas that resonate with the human experience. From the grandeur of ancient Greece, the tales of legendary heroes like Heracles, Perseus, and Theseus endure through time, symbolizing the eternal struggle between good and evil, the quest for identity, and the pursuit of glory. These heroes not only reflect the values of their societies, but also serve as timeless archetypes that inspire both admiration and introspection. As we embark on exploring their journeys, we unravel the intricacies of their challenges, triumphs, and the ultimate lessons they impart. Heracles, known as Hercules in Roman mythology, is perhaps one of the most iconic heroes of ancient Greece. Born the son of Zeus and Alcmene, Heracles was destined for greatness, yet his life was plagued by challenges stemming from the vengeful jealousy of Hera. To atone for a tragic crime driven by madness instigated by Hera, Heracles was condemned to complete 12 impossible labours, a series of tasks meant to test his strength, resilience, and wit. The first labour, the Nemean lion, set the tone for the trials ahead. With its impenetrable skin, the lion seemed invincible. Yet, through ingenuity and brute force, Heracles wrestled the beast, demonstrating that true strength resides not solely in physical prowess, but also in cleverness and adaptability. The subsequent labours presented an array of monstrous foes and daunting tasks: the Lernaean Hydra, a multi-headed serpent capable of regeneration, the Ceryneian Hind, an elusive creature that tested his patience, and the Erymanthian boar, which challenged his endurance. Each labour was a lesson in humility, courage, and the understanding that greatness often arises from overcoming insurmountable odds. Heracles' journey through these trials not only solidified his status as a hero, but also symbolised the transformative power of perseverance and the potential for redemption through acts of valour. As he navigated these legendary tasks, he inspired countless generations to embrace their own struggles and strive for greatness against all odds. Furthermore, Heracles' labours resonate with the universal themes of sacrifice and the hero's journey. Each confrontation with darkness, be it physical monsters or metaphorical demons, reflects internal challenges that individuals face in their personal lives. The echoes of his battles remind us that the path to heroism is fraught with obstacles that demand courage, determination, and an unwavering spirit. Overcoming his trials also served as a pathway to self-discovery, evidenced in his eventual embrace of his dual nature as both a mortal man and a divine offspring. Thus, Heracles stands as a timeless symbol of resilience and the indomitable spirit that lies within all of us, urging us to confront our own labours with dignity and strength. In the pantheon of Greek heroes, few tales capture the imagination quite like that of Perseus, the legendary slayer of Medusa. Born to the mortal Danae and the god Zeus, Perseus was thrust into a world filled with danger and destiny from an early age. His journey began when King Polydectes, enamoured by Danae's beauty, sought to rid himself of Perseus by sending him on a perilous quest to capture the head of Medusa, a Gorgon cursed with the ability to turn anyone to stone with her gaze. This quest was not merely a test of strength, but a profound exploration of identity, courage, and the moral implications of vengeance and violence. Armed with gifts from the gods, including a reflective shield from Athena, winged sandals from Hermes, and a cap of invisibility from Hades, Perseus embarked on his daunting mission. The encounter with Medusa necessitated more than mere physical strength. It required strategy and cunning. Utilising the reflective shield, Perseus approached the lair of the Gorgon without directly facing her, capturing her head with precision. This moment embodies a crucial theme in heroic narratives: the triumph of intellect and cleverness over brute force. The beheading of Medusa not only signifies the defeat of an overpowering foe, but also serves as a metaphor for overcoming inner demons and societal challenges. Perseus's ability to confront and conquer his fears resonates deeply with the human experience, encouraging us to face not just external threats, but the internal struggles that hinder our growth. However, the slaying of Medusa did not mark the end of Perseus' journey. Rather, it catalysed a series of events that would shape his destiny. With Medusa's head in hand, he confronted the tyrant Polydectes, exposing his cruelty and avenging his mother's honour. In a twist of fate, the head of Medusa became a powerful weapon, turning adversaries to stone and establishing Perseus as a formidable force in the world. This notion of using acquired strength to protect the vulnerable highlights the ethical responsibilities that come with power, a theme present in many heroic tales. Perseus's journey ultimately reveals that true heroism lies not just in defeating evil, but in safeguarding the innocent and combating tyranny with courage and conviction. As Perseus returned triumphant, his journey bore additional layers of complexity. He grappled with the consequences of his actions, including the tragic fate of Medusa, a figure who, although monstrous, had her own story of loss and suffering. Herein lies another fundamental lesson of the hero's journey: the entanglement of heroism with empathy and the recognition of the multifaceted nature of existence. Perseus's tale challenges us to reflect on the moral implications of our actions, the importance of understanding the narratives of others, and the inherent responsibilities that accompany our victories. Thus, Perseus stands as a poignant symbol of heroism, embodying both the virtues of bravery and the complexities of moral intricacies that define true greatness. In the arena of heroic myth, the story of Theseus and the Minotaur stands out as a profound narrative exploring themes of bravery, sacrifice, and the confrontation of one's fears. Theseus, the son of Aegeus, the king of Athens, was destined for greatness from birth. His journey began with a quest to navigate the intricate labyrinth designed by Daedalus, where the monstrous Minotaur, a creature born of both human and bull, lay in wait. Every 9 years, Athens was required to send 7 young men and 7 maidens as tribute to the Minotaur, who would consume them in the depths of the labyrinth. Theseus's decision to confront the beast is emblematic of the hero's journey, where the individual steps forward to face what is feared, transforming chaos into order. Upon arriving in Crete, Theseus not only displayed physical bravery, but also cultivated alliances, most notably with Ariadne, the daughter of King Minos. Armed with a ball of thread provided by Ariadne, Theseus showcased the importance of guidance and support in the pursuit of our goals. As he ventured into the labyrinth, the thread became a lifeline, guiding him through the darkness and complexity of fear. This imagery echoes the realities of life's labyrinthine paths, filled with uncertainties and challenges, where the strength derived from companionship and trust can illuminate the way. Through sheer courage and skill, Theseus confronted the Minotaur in a fierce battle, ultimately slaying the beast and exemplifying the hero's triumph over fear and adversity. The victory over the Minotaur marked a defining moment not just for Theseus, but for all of Athens, liberating them from the oppressive tribute to King Minos. Yet the hero's journey of Theseus extends beyond the physical realm. It encompasses a profound narrative of growth and responsibility. In leaving the labyrinth, Theseus embodies the transition from youth to maturity, confronting the repercussions of his actions and the weight of expectations. His eventual return to Athens was bittersweet, as he forgot to change the sails from black to white, signalling his success and survival. The tragic loss of his father, Aegeus, who took his own life upon seeing the black sails, serves as a poignant reminder of the interconnectedness of life and the consequences that arise from our choices. In reflecting on the journey of Theseus, we unearth fundamental lessons relevant to the human experience. The labyrinth symbolizes the myriad challenges we face, while the Minotaur represents the fears and adversities we must confront. From the importance of seeking support to recognizing the significance of our choices, Theseus' story encourages us to navigate our own labyrinths with courage and mindfulness. Ultimately, Theseus emerges as a multifaceted hero, one who embodies the struggle against darkness, the pursuit of honor, and the growth that arises from confronting our fears. His legacy continues to inspire individuals to seek their own paths, embrace their challenges, and strive for a greater good, reminding us that even amid the complexities of life, we possess the strength to emerge victorious. The legendary journeys of Heracles, Perseus, and Theseus not only illustrate the heroic ideals of ancient Greece, but also offer timeless lessons for contemporary society. Each hero embodies unique qualities that transcend their mythological foundations, addressing themes of struggle, moral complexity, and the pursuit of honor. Their narratives emphasize the importance of resilience in the face of adversity, the necessity of support systems in personal quests, and the ethical considerations inherent in wielding power. Through their trials and triumphs, These heroes invite us to reflect on our own journeys, encouraging us to confront our fears, embrace our complexities, and strive for the greater good. As we celebrate the legacies of these monumental figures, we are reminded that the spirit of heroism resides not just in grand deeds, but also within the choices we make and the lives we touch, inspiring us to become heroes in our own right. In understanding their stories, we enrich our grasp of heroism and illuminate our paths towards a more compassionate and courageous existence. Greek mythology is filled with tales of love that transcend the boundaries of mortals and immortals. Each story offers profound insights into the nature of love, devotion, and sometimes despair. Among these narratives, the tragic romance of Orpheus and Eurydice, the transformative love story of Pygmalion and Galatea, and the divine union of Eros and Psyche stand out for their depth and emotional resonance. Through their trials and tribulations, these beloved characters illustrate the complexity of relationships, the pain of separation, and the joy of unconditional love. In this script, we will explore these three compelling tales, highlighting their significance within the rich tapestry of Greek mythology. The love story of Orpheus and Eurydice is one of the most poignant in Greek mythology, encapsulating both the beauty and tragedy of love. Orpheus, the son of Apollo, possessed extraordinary musical talents, enchanting all who heard his lyre. His music was said to charm even inanimate objects, evoking emotions from the depth of despair to the heights of joy. When he fell in love with Eurydice, a beautiful nymph, it seemed that love had bestowed upon him the greatest gift of all, a perfect partner. Their union was a testament to the purity of love, marked by joy and harmony. However, their bliss was abruptly shattered when tragedy struck. On the day of their wedding, Eurydice was bitten by a venomous snake and fell to the ground, lifeless. Heartbroken, Orpheus could not bear to live without her. Driven by despair, he resolved to travel to the underworld to retrieve his beloved wife. His journey to the realm of the dead was fraught with danger, but Orpheus's music guided him. The echoes of his lyre resonated through the dark expanse, softening the hearts of Hades and Persephone, the king and queen of the underworld. Moved by his sorrow, they permitted him to take Eurydice back to the land of the living, under one condition. He must not look back at her until they reached the surface. As they journeyed back to the world above, the tension grew, and Orpheus's love became a source of torment. He longed to see Eurydice, to confirm that she was truly behind him, yet he remembered the restriction placed upon him. However, love and doubt often clash, and unable to contain his desire, he turned to gaze at Eurydice. In that instant, everything shattered. Eurydice was pulled back into the depths of the underworld, fading away with a whisper. Orpheus's heart shattered once more, and he retreated into a life of solitude, wandering the earth in mourning, forever playing haunting melodies in lament of his lost love. The tale of Orpheus and Eurydice serves as a powerful reminder of the fragility of love. It highlights the sacrifices one is willing to make for love and the bittersweet nature of longing. Their story resonates through generations, reminding us that love can lead to both ecstasy and despair, and that sometimes the very act of love can bring about our most profound losses. The underworld becomes a metaphor not just for death, but for the emotional chasms that arise when love is interrupted. It emphasizes the human condition, our yearning for connection, and the inevitable pain that often accompanies such deep bonds. In marked contrast to the sorrowful tale of Orpheus and Eurydice, the love story of Pygmalion and Galatea celebrates the transformative power of love, creativity, and devotion. Pygmalion, a skilled sculptor from Cyprus, found himself disillusioned with women after observing their imperfections. Disenchanted by their flaws, he sought solace in his craft. He poured his heart and soul into the creation of a statue, carving in ivory a figure of unparalleled beauty, which he named Galatea. The statue embodied purity, grace, and the ideal vision of femininity that Pygmalion yearned for, more perfect than any woman he had encountered. As the days passed, Pygmalion grew increasingly infatuated with his creation. He adorned Galatea with jewellery, clothing, and offered her lavish gifts, treating her as if she were alive. His feelings deepened to a point where he could no longer distinguish between art and reality. He prayed to Aphrodite, the goddess of love, asking her to bring his beloved statue to life. Moved by his sincerity and passion, the goddess granted his wish. One evening, as Pygmalion kissed the statue, he felt warmth emanating from Galatea, and in that magical moment she transformed into a living woman. Galatea, now flesh and blood, reciprocated Pygmalion's love, creating a bond that transcended the boundaries of creation. Their union was celebrated throughout Cyprus and lasted for all eternity. Unlike the sorrow seen in the tale of Orpheus, the story of Pygmalion and Galatea exemplifies the joy that comes from loving what we create. It illustrates the idea that love has the power to resurrect the inanimate and breathe life into ideals, thus forging connections that can endure through time. Pygmalion's tale resonates deeply with themes of artistry, devotion, and the redemptive qualities of love. It invites audiences to reflect on the nature of desire and the human yearning for perfection. Pygmalion's insistence on carving his ideal woman speaks to a broader commentary on societal standards of beauty and the search for authenticity in a world filled with imperfections. Ultimately, this love story suggests that through our dedication and belief we can bring about transformation, whether in ourselves, others, or the very creative endeavours that shape our reality. The myth of Eros and Psyche introduces another dimension to love in Greek mythology, one that transcends the physical and explores the interplay between desire, trust, and the concept of self-worth. Eros, the god of love, was captivated by Psyche, a mortal woman renowned for her beauty. However, Psyche's allure sparked jealousy within Aphrodite, Eros' mother, who felt that her son's affection for a mortal threatened the rightful reverence owed to the goddess. Determined to undermine Psyche, Aphrodite sent Eros to punish her by making her fall in love with a hideous creature. However, upon seeing Psyche, Eros became entranced and could not fulfill his mother's command. Instead, he carried Psyche away to a hidden palace, where he visited her only in the darkness, shrouding his identity. While Psyche experienced pleasures she had never known, Eros kept the truth of his divine nature a secret. As time went on, Psyche's curiosity grew, fueled by jealousy instigated by her sisters, who planted seeds of insecurity regarding Eros' true identity. Against Eros' wishes, Psyche took a lamp one night while Eros slept, intending to glimpse the face of her lover. Illuminated by the light, Eros appeared resplendent and divine, but in her surprise a drop of oil from her lamp fell onto him, waking him from his slumber. Feeling betrayed, Eros fled from Psyche, leaving her heartbroken and lost. Psyche, devastated by his departure, embarked on a quest to win back his love. She faced numerous trials set by Aphrodite, which tested her resilience, worthiness, and determination. Each obstacle she overcame only deepened her understanding of love. Love not just as passion, but as trust, sacrifice, and self-discovery. Ultimately, Psyche's unwavering love and the trials she endured enabled her to prove her devotion and strength. Eros, recognizing Psyche's growth and bravery, returned to her, and the couple was united once again. Their love, once fraught with mystery and miscommunication, became a partnership grounded in respect and understanding. The tale concludes with Psyche being granted immortality, thus solidifying their eternal union as a divine couple. The story of Eros and Psyche introduces profound themes surrounding the balance between love and self, emphasizing the importance of trust and communication in relationships. It reflects the notion that true love may require sacrifice and overcoming adversity, ultimately leading to a deeper, more authentic connection. In the realm of Greek mythology, love stories resonate with identity and humanity's innate longing for connection. The tragic romance of Orpheus and Eurydice reminds us that love can evoke both happiness and profound sorrow, serving as an eternal reminder of the fragile nature of existence. In contrast, the enchanting tale of Pygmalion and Galatea emphasizes creativity and transformation, suggesting that love can bring forth beauty in both the perceiving and the created. Lastly, the myth of Eros and Psyche transcends mere affection, exploring the complexities of trust, sacrifice, and self-realization that true love demands. Together, these tales weave a rich narrative tapestry that echoes through generations, reinforcing the timeless relevance of love in its many forms. Whether it leads to tragedy, creation, or divine connection, love remains an indomitable force, defining human experiences across the ages. Through their trials and triumphs, the characters of Orpheus, Eurydice, Pygmalion, Galatea, eros, and psyche invite us to reflect on our own relationships, challenging us to embrace the depths of our emotions, acknowledge the risks of vulnerability, and ultimately honour the love that shapes our lives. Greek mythology is rich with tales of gods, heroes, and an array of fantastical creatures and monsters that have captivated imaginations for centuries. These mythological beings often embody human fears, desires, and morality, serving as both obstacles and reflections of the human condition. From the fire-breathing chimera to the enigmatic sphinx and the multi-headed hydra, these creatures are not merely monsters, they are integral components of the myths that define ancient Greek culture. This script will explore the nature of these mythical beings, delving into the chimera, the sphinx, the hydra, and Cerberus, the three-headed dog, as well as examining the significant role that these monsters play in the narratives surrounding Greek heroes. The chimera is one of the most formidable creatures in Greek mythology, often depicted as a monstrous hybrid with the body of a lion, the head of a goat emerging from its back, and a snake for a tail. This fearsome beast epitomizes chaos and destruction, embodying the fears of ancient peoples confronted with the unknown. According to myth, the chimera resided in Lycia and terrorized the region, breathing fire and wreaking havoc upon the local population. The creature's very nature as a fusion of different animals symbolizes the unpredictable and often catastrophic forces of nature. The origins of the chimera can be traced back to the realm of the ancient gods. In some accounts, it is said to be the offspring of Typhon and Echidna, both of whom are known for their monstrous births. Typhon, the father of all monsters, was a giant whose body was composed of various snakes, while Echidna was described as a half-woman, half-serpent guardian of monsters. This lineage emphasizes the chimera's role as a personification of terror, created to challenge the gods, and by extension, humanity. The most famous tale involving the chimera is its confrontation with the hero Bellerophon, who was aided by the winged horse Pegasus. The conflict symbolically represents the struggle between civilization and chaos. Bellerophon, armed with a spear and guidance from Athena, must overcome the chimera to restore peace to Lycia. The creature's defeat illustrates the hero's journey and the overarching theme in Greek mythology, the triumph of order over chaos. In this tale, the chimera also serves to heighten Bellerophon's heroism, emphasizing that true valor is tested through the confrontation with fearsome adversaries. In contemporary culture, the chimera continues to inspire imagination and artistic expression, appearing in literature, video games, and film. The creature's legacy is not merely one of terror, it has become a symbol of integration, transformation, and the conquest of one's fears. The chimera embodies the complexities of existence, illustrating that life is a continual battle against the chaotic forces that threaten to overwhelm us. The Sphinx, another iconic creature of Greek mythology, is best known for its role in the tragic story of Oedipus. The Sphinx was a monstrous being with the body of a lion, the wings of a bird, and the head of a woman. Known for its intelligence and guile, the Sphinx was a guardian of knowledge and secrets. It is famously associated with a riddle that has transcended time and culture. What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening? This riddle serves as a metaphor for the stages of human life: infancy, adulthood, and old age. The Sphinx held dominion over the city of Thebes, where it terrorized the inhabitants by posing this riddle to any who attempted to pass. Those who failed to answer were met with dire consequences. This creature's role as a riddle master reflects the broader themes of knowledge and ignorance in Greek mythology. The Sphinx thus embodies the idea that understanding and wisdom are essential for survival in a world rife with dangers. The riddle also highlights the tension between knowledge and fate, a recurrent theme in Greek stories, as heroes often grapple with their destinies. Oedipus, the tragic hero, encounters the Sphinx on his journey to Thebes, ultimately answering the riddle correctly. His victory over the Sphinx marks a turning point in his life, but also foreshadows the tragic fate that awaits him. By defeating the creature, Oedipus gains not only physical entry to Thebes, but also a degree of personal recognition and glory. However, this victory is bittersweet. It signifies the beginning of Oedipus's unravelling, as he unwittingly falls into the very trap of fate he seeks to escape. The Sphinx's enduring legacy can be seen through its representations in art, architecture, and literature throughout history. It has become a symbol of mystery and the pursuit of knowledge, inviting inquiry into the relationship between humanity and the inscrutable complexities of existence. As a creature that stands as both a guardian and obstacle, the Sphinx continues to inspire exploration of the human condition, illuminating the delicate balance between understanding and the unknowable. The Hydra of Lerna is another pivotal creature in Greek mythology known for its many heads, traditionally 9, each of which possessed regenerative abilities. For every head that was severed, 2 would grow back in its place, making the Hydra nearly invincible. This serpent-like monster resided in the swamps of Lerna and terrorized the surrounding areas, symbolizing the concept of overwhelming and persistent challenges that seem insurmountable. The Hydra's origin story links it to the goddess Hera, who sent the creature to torment Hercules, out of jealousy for his divine parentage. The Hydra was not only a physical threat, but was emblematic of the trials that Heracles must overcome on his path to redemption and heroism. Hercules' struggle with the Hydra is allegorical, reflecting internal battles with fears, failures, and obstacles that people face in their lives. During his second labour, Hercules is tasked with slaying the Hydra. Armed with his club and intellect, he engages the beast in battle. Recognizing the creature's regenerative power, he employs the strategic wisdom given to him by his nephew Iolaus, who assists him by cauterizing the neck stumps to prevent new heads from growing. This teamwork underscores the importance of collaboration and cleverness in addressing seemingly insurmountable challenges. Ultimately, Hercules defeats the Hydra, but not without facing the frustration of its relentless regenerative ability, making his victory significant and complex. The Hydra has transcended its mythological origins to symbolize various interpretations in literature and psychology. It represents the idea of fighting against repeated setbacks, illustrating that the fight against adversity is often relentless and multifaceted. Furthermore, the Hydra has also been adopted as a metaphor for societal issues, each head representing a different problem that resurfaces despite efforts to eradicate it. In this way, Hercules' confrontation with the Hydra remains relevant, signifying the ongoing struggle against chaos and adversity in both personal and societal realms. Cerberus, the legendary 3-headed dog, is perhaps one of the most recognizable monsters in Greek mythology. Known as the guardian of the underworld, Cerberus prevents the dead from escaping while also ensuring that the living do not enter uninvited. This creature's multiple heads traditionally symbolize the past, present, and future, emphasizing its role as a sentinel of life and death. With a serpent's tail and a mane of snakes, Cerberus embodies the duality of protection and menace, acting as both a guardian and a formidable foe. Cerberus is famously associated with the mythological hero Heracles, who is tasked with capturing the beast as one of his final labours. Heracles' encounter with Cerberus is particularly significant, as it illustrates the hero's themes of transformation and acceptance of fate. Unlike his previous labours, where he faced a series of external battles, capturing Cerberus requires a different approach. Heracles must descend into the underworld, a realm symbolising the unknown and often the feared. This journey reflects the personal struggles individuals face when confronting their own fears and mortality. The narrative surrounding Cerberus also carries themes of redemption and reconciliation. In capturing the beast, Heracles seeks not to kill, but to bring Cerberus back to the surface world and present him to King Eurystheus as proof of his success. This act challenges the typical understanding of confrontation between heroes and monsters. Throughout history, Cerberus has become a powerful symbol, representing the complexities of the human condition and our relationship with mortality. The dog's 3 heads evoke comparisons to the multifaceted nature of life, emphasizing the emotions and memories tied to the past while acknowledging the influence of the future. Cerberus serves as a constant reminder of the inevitability of death and the importance of facing the challenges that accompany it, enriching the narratives of heroes and monsters alike. In Greek mythology, monsters are more than just fearsome creatures to be vanquished. They serve profound roles in the narratives of heroes. Monsters often embody the chaotic forces of nature or human emotion, reflecting the fears and struggles of the societies that created them. The challenges presented by these monsters frequently serve to test the mettle of heroes, prompting growth, self-discovery, and transformation. The conflict between heroes and monsters is symbolic of the overarching struggle between order and chaos, knowledge and ignorance, life and death. Monsters often represent personal challenges that heroes must confront, forcing them to grapple with their own fears and limitations. For example, in the case of Bellerophon and the Chimera, the monster signifies not only the external challenge of facing a fierce adversary, but also the hero's internal struggle against doubt and uncertainty. By overcoming the Chimera, Bellerophon proves his worth, illustrating how monsters catalyse change and self-realisation, enriching the journey of the hero. Similarly, the Sphinx functions as both a physical threat and a psychological puzzle. Oedipus's encounter with the Sphinx is laden with existential themes, representing the human quest for meaning and understanding in a world fraught with contradictions. The Sphinx embodies the complexity of knowledge. While solving riddles is a means of survival, the acquired knowledge can also lead to unforeseen consequences, as Oedipus ultimately learns. Thus, the Sphinx's role as an enigma reflects the complexities of human experience and the perpetual pursuit of truth. Ultimately, the monsters in Greek mythology embody the fears, struggles, and chaos of human existence. They serve as vital components in the journeys of heroes, pushing them toward growth and discovery. By confronting these creatures, heroes not only demonstrate their bravery, but also navigate the intricate web of fate and free will that defines their narratives. As timeless representations of inner and outer conflicts, these monsters continue to resonate with audiences today, offering insight into the nature of the human experience. The creatures and monsters of Greek mythology, such as the Chimera, the Sphinx, the Hydra, and Cerberus, play significant roles in shaping the stories of heroes and enriching the cultural tapestry of ancient Greece. These monsters embody the struggles of the human condition, serving as both obstacles and reflections of the myriad challenges individuals face throughout their lives. Through the conquest of these fearsome beings, heroes embark on journeys that ultimately lead to self-discovery and transformation. The enduring legacy of these mythological monsters continues to inspire and challenge us, serving as powerful symbols of our deepest fears, desires, and the ultimate quest for understanding in an unpredictable world. The exploration of these creatures encourages a deeper reflection on the nature of humanity itself, inviting us to confront our own monsters in the journey of life. Their significance in mythology transcends their terrifying appearances, inviting us to acknowledge the intricate relationship between chaos and order, knowledge and ignorance, and life and death. In the end, Greek mythology, through its vivid depiction of monsters, reminds us of the universal truths that bind us all. It is in overcoming our fears and adversities that we ultimately discover our true selves. The infamous conflict known as the Trojan War is rooted in myth, beginning with a seemingly innocuous event at the wedding of Peleus and Thetis, which brought together gods and mortals alike. It was during this celebration that Eris, the goddess of discord, was not invited, and, in vengeance, she tossed a golden apple inscribed with the words "to the fairest" among the attendees. The apple immediately incited envy, leading to a dispute between three goddesses, Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite. Unable to resolve the conflict themselves, the goddesses turned to Paris, a prince of Troy, to arbitrate. Each goddess offered Paris a tempting bribe. Hera promised him power, Athena offered him military glory and wisdom, while Aphrodite, the goddess of love, promised him the most beautiful mortal woman. Paris's choice to award the apple to Aphrodite set into motion a chain of events that would culminate in the Trojan War. Paris's subsequent abduction of Helen, the wife of Menelaus, king of Sparta, served as the immediate catalyst for the war. Helen's departure not only ignited the fury of her husband, but also invoked the sacred bonds of hospitality and loyalty among the Greek city-states. Menelaus called upon his brother Agamemnon, the powerful king of Mycenae, to aid in retrieving Helen. The call to arms rallied numerous Greek heroes and leaders, including Odysseus, Achilles, and Ajax, who felt bound by their oaths and allegiances to help recover the kidnapped queen. The repercussions of Paris's judgment thus spiraled out of control, as personal grievances swiftly escalated into a full-scale war involving numerous kingdoms across Greece. More than a simple squabble among gods or a romantic entanglement between mortals, the prophecies tied to the judgment of Paris foretold destruction and conflict. The war could also be seen as a reflection of human nature, highlighting themes of desire, betrayal, and the often destructive quest for glory. In seeking to gain favour from the divine, Paris unwittingly condemned his city to a prolonged conflict that would lead to many heroes meeting their demise and the eventual fall of Troy itself. As narrations of this war circulated through oral traditions, they portrayed Paris not merely as a youthful prince swayed by desires, but as a tragic figure unwittingly at the centre of a calamity that would devastate both sides. Furthermore, the judgment of Paris elucidates the intersections between fate and free will in mythological narratives. The gods are depicted as manipulative beings whose actions contradict the mortal's longings, intertwining human desires with divine whims. This precarious balance reflects the ancient Greeks' beliefs in fate, illustrating how individual choices often have far-reaching consequences. The events leading to the Trojan War challenge readers to grapple with the complexities of responsibility and accountability, suggesting that Paris's choice, while personal, triggered consequences that exceeded his control, reiterating the interconnectedness of human experiences and the cosmic tapestry spun by the divine. The culmination of the Trojan War resided not only in its battles, but in a cunning ploy that would become legendary, the ruse of the Trojan horse. After a protracted siege that lasted for 10 long years, the Greeks found themselves at an impasse, unable to breach the fortified walls of Troy. The Greek hero Odysseus, known for his wits as much as his combat prowess, conceived the idea of constructing a giant wooden horse as a deceptive offering to the Trojans. This plan capitalized on the enemy's pride and curiosity, crafting a narrative that would eventually lead to their downfall. After assembling the horse and hiding a select group of soldiers inside, the Greeks pretended to abandon the siege, leaving the horse as a supposed sacrificial gift to the gods in hopes of ensuring safe passage home. The Trojans, intrigued and lulled into a false sense of security, wheeled the horse into the city, disregarding the ominous warnings from figures like Laocoon and Cassandra, whose prophetic insights went knowingly unheeded. That fateful night, the Greek soldiers emerged from their hidden confines, while the rest of Troy was lured into a drunken stupor from celebrating their apparent victory. The gates to the city were thrown open, and the Greek army, which had secretly returned under the cloak of darkness, poured into Troy. Chaos erupted as the mighty city, once thought invincible, fell prey to invasion, betrayal, and bloodshed. The aftermath of Troy's fall was characterized by turmoil, highlighting themes of fate, revenge, and the devastating effects of warfare. The city was reduced to ruins. Its inhabitants faced dire fates ranging from death to enslavement. It also emphasized the fragility of human life and the precariousness of reputation, as the Greeks who had once faced mockery became triumphant warriors. In a broader context, the narrative of the Trojan horse offers a cautionary tale about the consequences of hubris, deceit, and misjudgment. The ability of the Greeks to masquerade themselves as benign suitors was a reminder of the risks associated with underestimating one's foes and overconfidence in one's own security. In analysing the fall of Troy, one must also take into consideration the profound psychological and emotional toll on both the victors and the vanquished. The heroism of figures like Achilles, despite his unparalleled skills, reveals the personal loss intertwined with glory. The destruction of Troy signifies the loss of a civilization, the end of an era steeped in wealth and culture. The brutal aftermath of war contrasts sharply with the heroic ideals often celebrated in Greek literature, shining a light on the darker realities of conquest. As the echoes of destruction resounded in the narrative, in this retelling of the fall of Troy, the Trojan horse serves as a powerful symbol of the complexities of war. It highlights the role of intelligence as a weapon and warns against the allure of complacency and arrogance. The story invites reflection on how narratives of glory can often hide darker truths about human nature and conflict. Ultimately, the Trojan War's conclusion illustrates that while victors may claim their spoils, the lasting scars of war transcend the boundaries of victory and defeat, enveloping both sides in a continuing cycle of grief and loss. The aftermath of the Trojan War introduced not only a sense of loss, but also a relentless journey toward redemption and homecoming, embodied in the tale of Odysseus. As one of the Greek heroes who played a significant role in the war, Odysseus's journey back to Ithaca was lengthened by adversities that tested his cunning, resolve, and resilience. While his fellow warriors returned home with relative expediency, Odysseus encountered a series of daunting trials orchestrated by divine forces and mythical beings. His Odyssey, as chronicled in Homer's The Odyssey, captures the essence of humanity's quest for identity, belonging and understanding in a world wrought with chaos. Odysseus's voyage was fraught with adversaries, from the Cyclops Polyphemus to the enchanting sirens, each encounter revealing elements essential to his character. His cunning and tactical prowess became central to his survival, yet these very traits also drew the ire of gods like Poseidon, who sought to punish him for blinding his son, the Cyclops. Despite the physical obstacles, the journey also became one of profound introspection, where Odysseus grappled with memories of the war, the loss of comrades, and the sacrifices made in the name of honour and glory. Each challenge he faced forced him to confront not just external foes, but also the echoes of guilt, pride, and the impermanence of life. Furthermore, Odysseus's Odyssey is defined by his unwavering desire to return to his wife, Penelope, and to reclaim his rightful place as king. This longing for home is juxtaposed against the allure of adventure and the temptation of straying from one's path. As Odysseus encountered various lands and cultures, the narrative posed questions about loyalty, love, and identity. The loyalty of Penelope, who waited for his return despite numerous suitors, served as a powerful testament to love's endurance, reflecting the broader themes of fidelity intertwined throughout the tale. Her unwavering hope mirrored Odysseus's resolve, suggesting that the bonds of love provide strength amidst trials. Ultimately, Odysseus's journey back home is not only a physical return to Ithaca, but also a transformative process of self-discovery. He emerged wiser, having learned the significance of humility and the importance of connections. His harrowing experiences reshaped him, reinforcing the narrative that true heroism lies not solely in combat prowess, but in the capacity for growth, introspection, and the resilience of the human spirit. The Odyssey encapsulates the complexities of existence, wherein each individual is continually navigating their unique hardships while striving toward their own personal Ithaca. In conclusion, Odysseus's journey back home post-Trojan War rivals the conflict itself in significance. His Odyssey explores themes that resonate deeply with human experience, reflecting the tension between fate and free will, the duality of adventure and homecoming, and the eternal longing for connection. The narrative underscores that the true essence of heroism stems not just from triumph in battle, but from the trials of life's journey that lead to deeper understanding and compassion. Odysseus emerges not merely as a conqueror of foes, but as a more profound embodiment of human resilience, reminding us that the journey can often hold more meaning than the destination itself, resonating with timeless wisdom through ages. The Trojan War, alongside its consequential aftermath, represents a rich tapestry of myth, heroism, and the human condition. Themes stemming from the judgment of Paris, the fall of Troy, and Odysseus's arduous return home continue to resonate with readers and audiences alike, evoking reflections on the complexities of human emotions, relationships, and the consequences of our choices. The narratives encapsulate the dualities of love and betrayal, glory and loss, as well as the timeless quest for identity and belonging against a backdrop of war and devastation. From the judgment that ignited the conflict to the cunning strategies employed in battle, as well as the profound journeys of its heroes, the Trojan War represents a microcosm of human experience, rich with lessons that transcend time and culture. The exploration of these themes encourages contemplation about our own narratives and the ongoing legacy of such mythological tales in contemporary understanding of warfare, human relationships, and the pursuit of meaning. The complexities of the Trojan War serve as a reminder of the intertwined nature of glory and grief, emphasizing that triumph often comes at substantial cost, reverberating through history and literature alike. In essence, the saga of the Trojan War encapsulates the struggles, aspirations, and the inherent fragility of life, demonstrating that stories of the past remain relevant as they illuminate the inherent complexities of our own human experience. The war, deeply engraved in lore, invites continual analysis and interpretation, reminding us that, just as for Odysseus, the journeys we undertake, both external and internal, shape who we are and who we aspire to be in the intricate odyssey of life. Heracles, or Hercules as he is known in Roman mythology, stands as one of the most formidable figures in ancient mythos. His daunting persona is characterized by immense strength, bravery, and a series of heroic feats known collectively as the 12 Labours of Heracles. This narrative not only depicts Heracles' physical prowess, but also dives deep into themes of redemption, punishment, and the constant struggle against overwhelming odds. The labours serve as a reflection of his character and his journey from a mortal with human flaws to a hero of immortal standing. Each labour highlights significant interpersonal dynamics, as well as Heracles' innate courage to confront insurmountable challenges, ultimately leading to his recognition not only as a hero on Earth, but also as a divine figure amongst the gods. The origins of Heracles' labours can be traced back to a combination of divine jealousy and human tragedy. Born to Alcmene, a mortal woman, and Zeus, the chief of the Greek gods, Heracles' life was marked from the beginning by the chaos surrounding his lineage. Hera, Zeus' wife, felt immense jealousy towards Heracles and sought to undermine him throughout his life. Heracles' trials began before he even reached adulthood. After an episode of madness sent by Hera, he killed his wife and children, a tragedy that would haunt him. To atone for his actions, he sought the guidance of the Oracle of Delphi, which instructed him to serve Eurystheus, the king of Tiryns, who devised the 12 labours as a means to punish him. The labours were not only a form of punishment, but also a path to redemption. By completing these tasks, Heracles would demonstrate his bravery and strength, ultimately earning his place among the gods. The tasks were extraordinarily daunting, often involving encounters with monstrous beings and significant challenges that tested his limits. Throughout these labours, a consistent theme is evident: the struggle for acceptance and purification. Each labour symbolised not just a physical confrontation, but also a deeper metaphysical battle against his inner demons. This theme resonated with many ancient Greek listeners who could identify the human desire for redemption through struggle and resilience. The choice of an array of labours reflects the diverse aspects of human existence and the trials faced by individuals. The catalogue of tasks ranging from cleaning stables to slaying beasts encapsulated the breadth of Heracles' character, emphasising versatility and determination. Far from merely being brute strength, Heracles demonstrated intelligence, strategy, and moral fortitude throughout his endeavours, proving that true heroism requires more than physical might. In understanding the origins of Heracles' labours, one appreciates the intricacies of Greek mythology, where personal dilemmas are interwoven with grand narratives of heroism. The intertwining roles of deities and mortals reveal the complexities of human emotion, particularly notions of guilt, loss, and the quest for redemption. Heracles' labours symbolise a form of trial by fire, reinforcing the idea that even amidst overwhelming challenges and divine animosity, the pursuit of greatness remains an inescapable part of the human experience. Among the 12 labours, a few tasks have achieved a legendary status, captivating the imagination of listeners through generations. The slaying of the Nemean lion, battling the Hydra, and stealing the golden apples from the garden of the Hesperides are particularly noteworthy. Each of these tasks presents a unique trial that emphasises different facets of Heracles' abilities: his brute strength, cunning intelligence, and unwavering resolve. First, the Nemean lion was an enormous beast with impenetrable skin that plagued the region of Nemea. Heracles' first labour not only set the tone for the remaining tasks, but it also established his resourcefulness. Rather than rely solely on his strength, he devised a plan to strangle the lion with his own hands, displaying both courage and tactical intellect. When he eventually killed the beast, he wore its skin as armour, a symbol of his victory and resilience. The narrative reflects the natural cycle of triumph over adversity, a theme resonating deeply in the ancient world. Moreover, the utilisation of the lion's skin signifies a transformative journey. He becomes both the slayer of the beast and takes on its strength, symbolising the acquisition of power through overcoming challenges. Next, the labour against the Hydra is emblematic of facing insidious and duplicative threats. The Hydra, a multi-headed serpent feared for its venom, posed an insurmountable challenge. When one head was cut off, 2 more would grow in its place. This labour was not merely a test of strength, it demanded innovation and strategy. Realising that brute force would not suffice, Heracles enlisted the help of his nephew Iolaus, who assisted him in cauterising the necks after decapitation. preventing new heads from sprouting. This cooperative aspect highlights the importance of alliances and teamwork in overcoming formidable challenges. The Hydra labor teaches a broader lesson about facing persistent problems. Sometimes, confronting such issues head-on is not enough. Strategic action and collaboration can lead to victory. Finally, the quest for the golden apples was a more nuanced labour that intertwined the themes of temptation and deceit. The golden apples of the Hesperides were a symbol of desire and immortality, safeguarded by a dragon. The task required not merely valour but also cunning, as Heracles had to navigate a labyrinth of challenges to retrieve the apples. He first sought the help of Atlas, asking him to fetch the apples while he held the heavens on his shoulders. This labour emphasises Heracles' ability to think beyond combat. It portrays him as a hero who negotiates and strategises, rather than confronts challenges with mere strength. The golden apples also denote a critical turning point in Heracles' evolution, from being a pawn in the games of gods to a figure able to manoeuvre complex situations for personal gain. Through these famous labours, we gain a multifaceted view of Heracles. The beloved hero is depicted not only as the strongest man but also as an innovative strategist, someone who embraces collaboration and demonstrates the complexity of human experiences. His trials resonate with the audience, leaving the narrative imbued with the understanding that true heroism encompasses intelligence, teamwork, and the audacity to challenge oneself in the face of adversity. Despite his legendary status, Heracles' life was fraught with tragedy and conflict, culminating in a bittersweet conclusion that blurred the lines between mortality and divinity. In a twist of fate, the hero's demise was brought about not by a monstrous adversary or a battle, but rather by the vengeful machinations of Hera. Tragically, after Heracles married Deianira, an incident concerning a poisoned garment, infused with the blood of the centaur Nessus, led to his ultimate suffering and death. Unbeknownst to Deianira, the garment was a fatal weapon, and when Heracles donned it, he was engulfed in excruciating pain. This twist of fate serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of existence and the unintended consequences of love and loyalty. Heracles, who had faced lions, hydras, and numerous other adversaries without faltering, succumbed to a deeply personal betrayal. His anguish marks a powerful moment in mythology, illustrating that even the strongest heroes are vulnerable to the whims of fate and the machinations of the gods. The pain he experienced was not merely physical, it symbolized the culmination of his struggles, highlighting the emotional depth within his character and the pervasive theme of tragedy in Greek mythology. However, Heracles' death does not signify the end of his story. Rather, it signals his transition from a mortal hero to an immortal deity. Following his demise, the gods took notice of his suffering and heroism. His ascension to Olympus and subsequent acceptance among the gods embodies a key theme of redemption that resonates through mythology. Through overcoming immense suffering, he finds immortality. The transformation not only reflects his resilience, but also presents a final, profound understanding of the human condition. The struggle for immortality rooted in the legacies we leave behind, the struggles we endure and the relationships we forge. The apotheosis of Heracles showcases the interplay between human and divine, affirming that the qualities which define a hero transcend mortality. His eventual immortality serves as a testament to the idea that hardship can give rise to greatness, suggesting that suffering can lead to profound transformation and acceptance in the grand tapestry of the universe. In conclusion, the myth of the labours of Heracles transcends the narrative of a mere mortal undertaking physical feats. It encapsulates a journey marked by adversity, clever strategies, the emotional weight of personal tragedy, and ultimately the transcendence into divinity. Each labour reflects significant facets of human experience, inviting audiences to ponder over themes of redemption, resilience, and the enduring quest for greatness. Through Heracles, we glean not only the virtues of strength and bravery, but also the invaluable lessons about the profound nature of human existence, which intertwine struggles, suffering, courage, and the ultimate quest for a legacy that reaches beyond the mortal realm. In Greek mythology, the Fates, or Moirai, are central to the understanding of fate and destiny. They are three sisters: Clotho, who spins the thread of life, Lachesis, who measures the thread, and Atropos, who cuts the thread, thus determining the moment of a mortal's death. This triad embodies the inexorable nature of fate, illustrating that the destiny of both mortals and gods is predetermined, immutable, and ultimately beyond their control. The Fates have long been depicted as cold and detached figures, serving as constant reminders of the transient nature of human existence. From the moment one is born, their fate is entwined with these threads, signifying that life is governed by forces beyond individual comprehension. The Greeks had a profound respect for the concept of fate. It was viewed not merely as a series of events, but as a sacred order orchestrated by the Fates themselves. This belief manifested in various cultural practices, from rituals to the recitation of oracles, emphasizing the need to align oneself with these omnipotent forces. While mortals could exercise free will, their choices were often seen as leading them down paths already mapped out by these divine weavers of fate. The overwhelming power of the Fates creates a dynamic tension within Greek narratives. Characters like Oedipus and Achilles are seen wrestling with their destinies, revealing humanity's struggle against the predetermined. The Fates' control over destiny invites critical questions about free will and the extent to which individuals can shape their own futures. The tragic elements of their stories often arise not just from their actions, but from their futile attempts to escape destinies that were woven long before they took their first breath. This interplay between fate and free will has resonated throughout time, prompting reflections on the nature of choice and the essence of human agency. As the embodiment of fate, the Fates serve as a reminder of life's unpredictability. Their presence in Greek mythology underscores a prevailing theme, that while human beings strive for agency and control, they are invariably bound to a larger cosmic order. The finality of the Fates' actions teaches that, despite our desires or attempts, some truths remain steadfast and unyielding. The stories surrounding the Fates illustrate that while our lives may seem to pivot on choices made, there exists an unseen hand that guides the course of existence, offering a profound commentary on life, death, and the inevitable march toward one's destiny. Prophecies in Greek mythology often serve as pivotal turning points that shape the destinies of individuals. Among the most famous is the prophecy surrounding Oedipus, provided by the Oracle of Delphi. Oedipus was foretold to kill his father and marry his mother, a fateful prediction that catalyzed the tragic events of his life. In an attempt to escape this dire fate, Oedipus fled his home, believing he could avoid the prophecy's fulfillment. However, his actions had the opposite effect, leading him unwittingly back to Thebes, where he ultimately fulfilled the oracle's grim predictions. This tragic irony underscores a common theme in Greek storytelling. The more one attempts to escape fate, the more one seems bound to fulfill it. The story of Achilles also highlights the complex interplay between fate and prophecy. According to prophetic words, Achilles would either live a long, unremarkable life or die young, but achieve eternal glory in battle. His mother Thetis tried to shield him from his fate by hiding him among women, but destiny ultimately intervened, leading him to join the Trojan War. Throughout the epic of the Iliad, Achilles is faced with the knowledge of his inevitable death, torn between his yearning for glory and the love of life. His journey exemplifies the hero's struggle against the fate bestowed upon him. The responses of Oedipus and Achilles to their prophecies reveal a fundamental human truth, the desire to control one's life and circumstances. Yet, their stories highlight how this desire can lead to tragic outcomes when they collide with the unyielding nature of fate. In their respective narratives, the tragic heroes grapple with choices driven by foreknowledge, which ultimately leads them back to their prophesied ends. This aligns with the Stoic philosophy, prevalent in ancient Greek thought, emphasizing acceptance of fate even in the face of inevitable suffering. Moreover, the moral lessons embedded within these legendary narratives illustrate the consequences of hubris and the quest for autonomy in the face of predestined outcomes. The failures of Oedipus and Achilles serve as a cautionary reminder of humanity's limitations. Through these iconic figures, Greek mythology communicates that while the act of striving against fate is quintessentially human, one must arrive at the poignant realization that some destinies are inexorably intertwined with the cosmic fabric of the universe, intricately woven by the hands of the Fates themselves. Throughout Greek mythology, the efforts made by both mortals and gods to escape fate shed light on the complexities of these narratives. Mortals, driven by fear and an inherent desire for freedom, often devise intricate plans to outwit the prophecies foretold. In contrast, the gods, while possessing the power to shape events, are similarly bound by the decrees of fate. Characters like Perseus illustrate this dynamic as he undertakes perilous journeys to fulfill or evade prophecies concerning his destiny. Despite his valour and cunning, the ultimate outcomes serve to reinforce the notion that destiny is a tapestry beyond human comprehension and control, one in which every thread is meticulously woven into the grand design of existence. Tragic figures such as Oedipus further amplify this theme by spiralling into self-destruction through their attempts to elude fate. Oedipus's quest for truth is ironically what leads him to fulfill his father's prophecy. This narrative arc encapsulates a broader commentary on the futility of resisting fate, illustrating how such resistance often results in catastrophic outcomes. Even the gods, who wield immense power, find themselves constrained by the fates. For instance, in the tale of Thetis, the mother of Achilles, she is forced to navigate the boundaries of her power in her struggle to change her son's destiny. Despite her efforts, the threads of fate remain unalterable, suggesting the omnipotent nature of the fates and their sovereignty over all beings. The Greeks believed that acknowledging and accepting fate was far superior to struggling against it. The philosophy of accepting one's destiny is epitomized in numerous tragedies, where characters learn the painful lesson that resistance can lead to suffering and despair. This acceptance is portrayed as an act of wisdom, which aligns with the principles of Greek thought. By attempting to manipulate fate, Oedipus and others grind their way to inevitable disaster, reminding audiences of the importance of humility in the face of cosmic forces. This is a significant aspect of Greek narratives. Thus, the acceptance of fate becomes a deeper philosophical exploration of life's transience and the illusion of control. Ultimately, Greek mythology serves as a battleground for the interplay of human desires and the unyielding nature of fate. The relentless pursuit to evade predetermined outcomes becomes a poignant reflection of the human condition itself, a struggle against the encroaching reality of mortality and agency. As mortals and gods navigate the complexities of fate, the ancient narratives continue to impart timeless lessons about acceptance, the perils of hubris, and the wisdom of understanding one's place within the vast web of existence woven by the fates. The exploration of fate and prophecies in Greek mythology offers insight into the perennial human struggle against the boundaries imposed upon us by existence. The fates, with their unwavering control over destiny, exemplify the tension between the desire for autonomy and the realities of predetermination. Oedipus and Achilles stand as embodiments of this struggle, grappling with prophecies that both compel and constrain them. Their stories reveal a profound truth. While humans are endowed with the capacity for choice, there are forces at play that transcend individual actions, leading to an inevitable conclusion that fate reigns supreme. Understanding the nuances of fate in Greek mythology is key to grasping the broader human experience. The trials and tribulations faced by these mythical figures resonate with our own struggles in life, illustrating how we often find ourselves racing against what appears to be an unchangeable course. This realization imbues the narratives with a rich philosophical depth, while simultaneously serving as a reflection of the inherent mysteries of our existence. The lessons derived from these stories encourage a re-evaluation of our roles within the grand tapestry of life, urging acceptance and humility in the face of destiny's unfolding. As we navigate our lives, wrestling with ambitions and aspirations, the tales of the fates remind us to remain cognizant of the delicate balance between striving for our desires and accepting the limitations set before us. The ancient Greeks imparted the wisdom that life is a negotiation between action and acceptance, a dance on the threads spun by the fates. This understanding transforms the narratives of Oedipus, Achilles, and others into timeless allegories of the human condition. In essence, the role of fate and prophecies in Greek mythology continues to captivate and challenge us today. The inexorable links between destiny and human agency reflect fundamental truths about existence and inspire deeper reflections on power, free will, and the acceptance of life's unpredictability. It is within this dynamic interplay that we find meaning, offering a richer understanding of our place in the universe and the timeless stories that illuminate our path. The cosmos has forever inspired awe and fascination in humanity, leading to the development of myths and legends that explain the celestial phenomena observable from Earth. Among the many contributions to our understanding of the night sky, Greek mythology stands out as a rich source of narratives that give character and meaning to the stars and constellations. This script delves into the origins of the constellations, investigating how Greek myths explain the stars and the stories behind prominent figures such as Orion, Cassiopeia, and the Pleiades. Moreover, we will explore the profound link between gods and celestial bodies in Greek mythology, revealing how these tales continue to influence cultural perceptions of the cosmos. The origins of constellations can be traced back to ancient civilizations that sought to navigate and interpret the heavens. The Greeks adopted and adapted knowledge from earlier cultures, including Babylonian and Egyptian astronomy, creating a unique framework of constellations that have endured through centuries. They perceived the stars not merely as distant suns, but as symbols imbued with narrative significance, often linked to their mythology. The practice of mapping the night sky into recognizable patterns led to the establishment of a system that categorized celestial bodies into groups, typically associated with mythical characters, creatures, and divine interventions. As the Greeks developed their mythology, they began to connect specific stars to various gods, heroes, and famous tales. This combination of science and storytelling helped people make sense of their world and offered explanations for natural phenomena by embedding them within larger narratives. For instance, they explained season changes, agricultural cycles, and even human experiences through the movements of the stars. This entwinement of the celestial and the terrestrial marked the beginning of constellation names and stories that have largely survived in modern times, continuing to captivate the imagination of people across the world. Unlike simple star clusters or random stellar formations, these constellations served as mnemonic devices, guiding navigators and farmers alike. Each constellation typically features a combination of observable characteristics that storytellers use to craft elaborate tales. Over time, these stories morphed and gained additional layers of interpretation, allowing them to evolve in tandem with societal changes. The creation of these constellations reflects the human desire to find meaning and connection in the universe, a pursuit that resonates with contemporary stargazers and astronomers alike. To this day, the constellations serve not just as navigational aids, but also as cultural touchstones. To understand these celestial patterns is to partake in a dialogue with history, tradition, and myth. As we begin to explore the individual stories behind iconic constellations like Orion, Cassiopeia, and the Pleiades, we will see how Greek myths provide rich context for these celestial figures, enhancing our understanding of their significance in the ancient world and their resonance in our lives today. Greek mythology operates as a narrative framework through which the ancient Greeks understood the cosmos. The constellations served as visual representations of their myths, imbuing the celestial realm with familiar characters and narratives. The stars were not just points of light, they became the embodiment of heroism, tragedy, and divine influence, acting as reminders of the interconnectedness of human life and the cosmos. By weaving these stories into the fabric of the night sky, Greeks created a rich imaginative landscape that merged their earthly existence with the divine.